Frack on. Welcome to the episode of Frack The Canon. I am joined by the coolest motherfuckers around. How you doing, Tyler Weist?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Dude, first of all, before we move on with this react we're doing, thank you for stepping in and taking hosting duties for me. I want to say that on the show. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, but thank you for stepping in and doing those episodes without me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. It's okay. You and me both take a shot at film school. We
Yeah.
just love making content.
Yes, we do. Um, I'm a little bit too busy right now, but like it's gonna change a little bit. Hopefully not within the next 2 years, but we'll see. I don't know why I said that. Anywho, okay, ready to Tyler to react to this one?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, we're hitting play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all, my X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is, we must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bub. Keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up!
To me, my X-Men. Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Hell yeah. Best. I'm so excited.
This looks like, to me, when Cyclops says two things in this trailer that I'm like, when Cyclops says,
To me, my X-Men.
I'm like, we haven't heard that in a long time. I don't think we've ever heard that in live action. Like Charles Xavier, no one's ever said to me and my X-Men, right? At all in the live action. I can't think of that.
Never said in live action.
And then the other thing I like was like that Gambit Wolverine, like he charged up his claws. He charged up Gambit, charged up Wolverine's claws.
Yeah.
What the frick is going to happen?
Dude, I don't know. Would Wolverine then just explode?
Right, and then but he would go. I'm like, what's going to happen? Because I'm like, that is so cool. Was Jean getting pregnant in that shot?
Yeah. At 110, I was taking notes throughout because there's so much. At 110 there, I believe that's going to be Cable.
Okay, yeah, a Cable.
Yeah.
But didn't Cable show up in X-Men the 90s cartoons though?
Yeah,
okay.
he did. Yeah, he came from the Apocalypse timeline.
That's right. He did. Because here's the thing. I never saw it here in English. I would always, when I would go to Mexico, I would see it there with my cousins. And even they were more informed than I was. But then I just got into the movie came out and I fell into the movie and the comics. And that's how I became Professor Mex. Because I was just that was my that I did not give myself that nickname. I like it a lot, but I did not give myself but so I'm like, dude, it's gotta be Cable, right? It's gotta be Cable. So I'm like, it's weird for me hearing their voice in English. That's what I'm saying. But I'm like, okay, I am excited though. And my cousin and I nerded out a little bit on it right now or yesterday. We're like, dude, like this, what this, and I'm like, oh yeah. So it's I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. And what I love about this, there's a couple things. First, the voices. I had to check to see if they were the same voices because they sound like almost like, especially Cyclops and Wolverine. They sound a lot like the original voice. But they're not. I don't know if anyone's returning. I'm still doing research to find out. It's been difficult, but um, yeah, it's that's I'm stoked for that. And the other thing too, I really appreciate them doing is waiting so long to release this trailer, because um in our modern day of cinema, we'll get a trailer like 2 years before like a game or a movie releases, and this is just like, oh hey, in 2 weeks you'll be seeing this show, and I'm like, oh my god, yes please.
I love it. I love that because I remember. I don't know if you remember this, but like there was a trailer for Godzilla or Jurassic Park like a year before, and I'm like, oh my god, no! Like I have to wait a year for, and we could find out. Yeah, yes, you said it perfectly, beautifully. I cannot wait for this movie. This movie's gonna this show is gonna be awesome. Like I'm already excited. I'm
Yeah,
like, I am. When did it come out? 93, 92. I was 6, 7 years
early
old.
90s. Yeah, yeah.
So I remember it being everywhere. Like I remember every kid was watching it except for me because I didn't have Fox for some reason I didn't get Fox as a kid, but I remember everyone loved it, and I can feel it in the zeitgeist. It's everywhere, dude. Like everyone is like the X-Men are back. The X-Men '97 is back.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, everyone is coming back except for I guess I just saw something that the guy who played Gambit is playing Cable now, and someone else is playing Jean Grey from the original from the '90s. The one who played Jean Grey in Wolverine and the X-Men is now going to play Jean Grey in this show. I don't know if that's true. I'm just seeing on the internet, but I am excited for that. I'm like, okay, that is dope. That is cool. But like, just saying this, like, dude, that actor that plays Storm, I'm like, that's Storm. Like, I love Halle Berry. I thought she's awesome. I wish he would have kept the African accent in the X-Men movie. So I'm like, oh my god, yes, dude, yes, Queen.
Yeah, good observation. Wow, man, old childhood memories coming back. I was also upset at that too, because in the X-Men cartoon, accurate, Storm's from Africa. And then Halle Berry didn't even attempt an accent, probably because she's too big an actress to try.
So what I read was that they did do it, and then the exec were got cold feet, like, no, do it again, do ADR your lines into your regular voice.
Whoa,
So
yeah.
apparently, because they're like, if you go back and watch, because I rewatched that movie recently too, and I'm like, she kind of slips in every now and then into that accent. So I'm like, but I'm like, yeah, she should have, yeah. Dude, like this is, I'm like, who are you excited to see back? I'm excited to see Wolverine back. I'm like, Wolverine's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I like the Cyclops for some reason. It just feels so '90s, and I miss the '90s. I miss being a kid and not having to pay any bills or have any responsibility. I don't like being an adult, Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as characters, when I was a kid, my favorite character was Gambit. So I'm most excited to see him back, but his voice was so cool, so I'm sad to hear the voice will be a little different. Um, but I took notes throughout this whole thing. There's 2 points that really stood out to me that
Okay.
have characters that are potentially cameos. One is at 30 seconds, a newspaper flies by. It's the Daily Bugle, and in it, there's a headline that says like Spider-Man or something, something. I'm like, all right, well, you're showing us Spider-Man's gonna come. There was a crossover episode, or a few of them between Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yep, I
Um,
remember that. I do remember
so
that.
yeah, I'm really excited for seeing how far and how deep they'll go into um, the character, the exploration of the Marvel universe, and if they're going to be new iterations or like the '90s version. Like, are they going to bring back the original Peter Parker voice in that? So that's something I'm also excited for. Also, at 44 seconds, there is like a hearing at like the UN, and this I'm gonna tickle your Ninja Turtle fan brain for a second. That looks an insane amount like Shredder. So for our audience and yourself, when you have free time, go pause and zoom in and look. I'm like what Marvel character looks like Shredder? And like I'm just thinking like it's probably Magneto, but
I'm trying to
yeah,
think too
that
because like
yeah,
I can't think of anyone that looks like Shredder in the X-Men universe. In the
right.
X-Men.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense because in the comics or in the Ninja like the ooze that made Daredevil blind is the ooze that made them into mutants.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, that's
Yeah,
I can't
Daredevil
wait.
made a cameo too in the Spider-Man show, so hey, we
Yeah,
could be seeing.
that would be cool. I was just like,
See, I
I am
mean,
so ready for this. I
me
like,
too. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
and that dude, the lettering, they had the '90s. I'm like, dude, like this
The
is all
theme,
just
yeah,
'90s. Like, you're like this feels '90s. I'm like, oh my god, take me
yeah,
back to the '90s, please.
yeah.
Any final comments? Any final thoughts?
You said I appreciate as well that they took us back to the 90s with everything, including the animation style. One thing I was
Yes.
Yeah, one thing I was really worried about when they announced it was coming back was it would go with in a different direction animation. And I'm really really happy they didn't. They did tweak it a little bit. It's not quite Jim Lee proportions, but it's close enough as to where I could be fooled and is like thinking I'm a kid again.
No, it's pretty close. The one thing offline was mentioned was like Rogue.
Yeah, that's the Jim Lee proportion. That's one of the characters that is lacking in Jim Lee proportions. And I'm not saying like it's gonna break the show for me, but there's other characters too, like Cyclops isn't as super jacked or whatever, and I'm it's just like
Dude,
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like the fact that he had a backward baseball cap, I'm like, that is a snapback too. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is so '90s. That was such a '90s thing to do. Yeah, dude, I can't, dude. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait for March 20th. Alrighty. As they say, to me, my X-Men.
To me, my X-Men.
See you same freaking time, same freaking channel. Back off.